Hi guys, hello. Hi, this is Marina Shepelsky. I decided to change things up this year. This new financial year started with USCIS, and I kind of feel like that about it as well. So I decided to try to do this every Thursday instead of Friday, because I feel by Friday everybody is really tired and doesn't have as much energy. I know it's not right away that people will realize my show is Thursday now instead of Friday. I'm changing the format, but I think this is for the best. And you can ask questions, and I'm going to do this at the same time on TikTok. TikTok is also here for us. I have a lot of friends on TikTok, people who follow me. And I'm going to just say hello to people on YouTube. Saranaya says, hello, Marina. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Here on TikTok, I will take questions and you can answer them. And good morning, all my TikTok friends here. I'm going to start talking about immigration news in a minute, but I will wait a couple of minutes for more people to join me here. And I will go right into the news and start talking about immigration news this week and what's going on in the immigration world, right? Because there's a lot happening with immigration news, and I wanted you guys to hear it and to see it. Hi from Bahrain. Good morning. Here it's morning. I'm sure where you are, it's night, but I'm really happy you guys are joining me. Good evening from Malaysia, from Ghana. Amazing. I'm so happy to see people joining here. And feel free to start asking your questions. I'm here for you. So, okay, a lot of people have asked me about an amnesty that will allow people in the United States to legalize when maybe you've been without status for a while. You know, if you've been without status, people are asking me about the immigration amnesty and saying what's going on. You know, there was an amnesty in 2001. There was DACA for, oh, hi from New Jersey, car rice cooker. I'm in New Jersey right now. Hello. I live in New Jersey, so it's awesome, but our office is in New York. Okay. So I'm both on TikTok and on YouTube and Facebook, and you can ask your questions here. And I'm seeing hellos from Graceful Grace and from God's Own, and good evening and good morning and good morning. And hey, Marina is asking Lucas. So I already have one question, and I'm going to get to you, Lucas, in a few minutes. But first, I want to talk about the amnesty. So the good news is there is talk of an amnesty, and we do work with Asylum. Saleh Hadin is asking. We work with Asylum in our office and all the like humanitarian visas, like abuse cases. So if you have those, give us a call. So about the Amnesty Registry. The Amnesty Registry is coming. The Senate is sponsoring it via 3 really important senators. And I'm going to just tell you their names because I'm just blanking out on their names. One is Alex Padilla. He's the senator who introduced this. Alex Padilla from the state of California introduced this bill and said that we should just change the date on this old law that says anybody came to the United States before 1972, they can just legalize. They can get a green card. So Alex Padilla says, okay, let's just use that law. We don't have to make a new law. Let's just change that old law and say you came here 7 years or more, you haven't had arrests, you've been paying taxes, you should get a green card. And other congressmen supported him in this, and they're important congressmen. You know, the Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren from the Subcommittee on Immigration is in. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a very important senator, is in. Senator Lujan is in. So these are important people. They support basically taking an old bill that's an immigration registry. Right now, if you came before 1972, you could just get a green card if you're, you didn't have arrests or anything like that. But come on, I wasn't even born in 1972. So we are talking about people in their 70s and 80s. It doesn't help most people. Let's just take that existing law and just change the date from 1972 to 7 years prior to filing. And I think it's a good plan, and we'll see how it goes in Congress, but I'm really hopeful. I really think this will work. So there you go. That's a change in something that that exists, basically. We don't have to do a new law. Okay, so that was my news item number one. As you can see, guys, I'm losing my voice for some reason since last week. I don't know why. Okay, so a new thing that happened is the Venezuelan Humanitarian Parole program for Venezuelans. This is really exciting. So when the war started with Ukraine, USCIS came out with a new program called Uniting for Ukraine. Why is that important? Now they're using that as the basis to help other countries. They created this online portal where a sponsor can fill out paperwork for support, for financial support for somebody who they want to bring from Ukraine. They have to promise to support that person so that they don't get free medical insurance and all that. And the person from Ukraine fills in their part. They check everything, and everything looks good. The person from Ukraine would get a 2-year humanitarian parole. Now they're starting the same exact thing for Venezuela. So now the first step in that is going to be the sponsor. It has to be a U.S. citizen or green card holder or anyone here in status. Somebody waiting for asylum, somebody in non-immigrant status. You can be a sponsor if you're legal here, if you have a legal status to be here, right? And you fill out the paperwork for the sponsor fills out their paperwork, and then the beneficiary fills out from Venezuela their paperwork. The rule is they have to be outside of the United States, they have to be a Venezuelan national, and all of their family members, even if the family members are not from Venezuela, and with a sponsorship by a private organization or a private person, just a regular person, you can bring them here. So that's the program, and that's what's going to happen. And Venezuela is now considered for humanitarian parole. When you come here, you get a special paper that allows you to come through the airport, be inspected. You have to show your COVID vaccines and other vaccines, and you will get a work permit through this program. Now, they're not promising asylum or anything like really solid, but they are promising a 2-year status with a right to work here, get a social. So I think it's great. We haven't talked in a couple of weeks, so I want to talk about DACA, right? So finally, DACA had a court hearing with the Texas federal court, and the judge said that it's really unlawful, but the people who already have it can continue to renew it. And then the new people who don't have DACA yet shouldn't be applying just yet because it's not really created like lawfully, how laws are created in the United States. So we'll see how that develops. And people are saying good morning on YouTube and on TikTok. A lot of people are joining. I'm so happy because I was afraid nobody will see our new time. Okay. And I will start with the questions in a few minutes. So the next piece of news, I'm almost done with the news here. And the final thing I wanted to talk about is a recent poll says that American people, and we're talking about all the American people, not just immigrants, everybody who lives in America, they asked them, who do you think will manage better for immigration? And they said Republicans. So the American people think Democrats are doing a bad job. And of course, the worst problem is with the border. It's like there's a crisis that's unmanageable. Nothing is working the way it should be at the border. So they think Republicans would do a better job. And perhaps this is telling us that Republicans will win at the next election. So if you have any idea about filing for status, now is the time. File for your status right now under Democratic president, under Democratic leadership, because I have a feeling a Republican president is coming, and they're not going to make things better for immigrants for sure. And finally, what's happening with VAWA? VAWA is something we really work a lot on. Asylum, VAWA, getting people saved from deportation. If you're afraid to return to your country, or if you're stuck in a bad marriage, whether you're a man or a woman, you're married to a green card holder, you're married to a U.S. citizen, or even if your parent is married and you're just, still undocumented yourself, we can help you legalize through VAWA. We even help elderly parents who have young kids who become citizens, 21 years old and older, and are abusing the parent immigrant. We are legalizing people every week. We are helping fix the mistakes that other lawyers or paralegals who work without any lawyers, paralegal notarios make. So give us a call. My phone number is in my bio on TikTok. It's also on the bottom of the screen, 718-769-6352. Now, I don't work alone. We have a big team of lawyers and their assistants and a whole group, okay? I'm sort of like Mickey Mouse. You know that Disney exists, but you only think of Mickey Mouse when you think of Disney. Well, I'm the Mickey Mouse. Behind me is a big group of people that help me do what I do and have the time to go through the news, to go through the laws, participate in legislative lobbying, all these things that I'm trying to do on a big scale to help immigrants. But if you cannot get through to me personally, do not worry. All the lawyers I work with are personally trained by me. I train everyone. We're looking for a new attorney right now, and we interviewed a lot of people, but they're not good enough for me. So don't think I just hire anybody who wants a job. No. We only hire the best, and if you talk to us, we are the best. All right, so I think I'm going to start answering questions, and on YouTube and Facebook, I will be highlighting them on the screen, and on TikTok, I think I'm just gonna answer them as they come. All right. Lucas says, hi, Marina. How are you? A lawyer said that if we overstay with tourist visa for a couple of years, then we can advance parole. We should not use it. It's dangerous. Do you agree? If you overstayed your visa, but you filed for a green card, you filed for something new, okay, and you get the advance parole, you're absolutely safe to use it. Do not listen to this lawyer. This is somebody like me who's probably been practicing for a long time, but unlike me, doesn't follow the latest laws. So you're fine. I have a lot of clients who travel with advance parole for months. They stay out for months, come back, and they get their green cards every day, every week. Don't worry about it. You file through marriage, Lucas, you're fine to use your advance parole as long as you don't have crimes, arrests, or anything like that. Blessing says Joseph to me, my friend, on YouTube. And let me answer some things from TikTok. All right. Good morning. Okay, a lot of countries are saying hello, Ghana. I cannot help anybody just come here, by the way. I get a lot of questions from people. I'm in Ghana. I'm in Nigeria. I'm in Pakistan. I'm in Uzbekistan. Can you help me come? If you don't have a sponsor or family member, if you can't make it here, I cannot help you come from your country. You got to come here. Once you're inside the United States, I can help you. Good morning from Chicago. Great. All right. So I work with Asylum. I already answered that. Good morning, my sweetheart, says one of my TikTok boyfriends. By the way, guys, I'm married. I'm married very happily. I cannot talk to anybody else. Please, I'm married, and this is my professional channels. I don't talk to men here and try to hook up romantically because we have 5 kids, my husband and I can't do this. Please don't write to me with romantic ideas. Okay, says Safari with Danan. Hello, I have a B1, B2 tourist visa. is there any way I can convert in USA while legally staying here? It depends where you're from. If you're from a really like dictatorship type country, for example, unfortunately, Pakistan has a lot of abuses, religious, LGBTQ, and so on. We can help you file for asylum. So that's one thing you can do. Marrying a US citizen is another, but since you're in status, you can also think about work visas. Okay, can I get a green card while I'm on asylum? But my visa has a 2-year residency requirement in the home country. If you have asylum, you don't have to complete the 2-year home residency requirement. So if you win asylum, you don't have to worry, okay? Now, some people are saying I look cute. Please, I'm married. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comments, but please. Okay, ma'am, I applied for work permit 11 months ago from a U visa based, but I still don't get my work permit. What's going on? U visa is for people who are helping police put a criminal in jail. So if you witnessed a crime or you were a victim, like somebody tried to rob you or beat you up and you helped the police and they signed the paper for you that they're sponsoring you for visa, you can apply for this U visa. It's taking a really long time, however, to even get the work permit. Now, they have a new process called the Bona Fide clearance for U visa people that like somebody was going to take a look at your application, and if it looks good, you'll get a work permit while you wait. Right now, it's taking a super long time. It could take you 2 years to get a work permit. I know it's really hard to wait, but that's how it works. Now, somebody's asking, how can they get an extension letter while waiting for their work permit renewal? You don't need a letter. You basically just go on the website and you can print out the new rule that says that your work permit, your employment authorization is automatically renewed, okay? And Virgilio is saying he's here the first time on my channel from San Francisco. Welcome new people. Welcome. And Fine Dine Eatery, my friend here who watches me almost every week, says, good morning. When filing for VAWA and your ex-husband is a green card holder, you must have to wait for VAWA to get approved before you can get a work permit. That's not true. You can file for a green card and get the work permit through the green card pending right away. And the reason is because green card holders filing for spouses, that category is current right now. So you don't need to wait. You just need to file an I-485 with your VAWA and file for work permit based not on the VAWA, but on the green card application. Thank you so much for your help, says Joseph on YouTube. What do you think? George Broke is saying, do I think that DACA is dead forever? No. I think Congress is going to pass a law about DACA. And also I know that USCIS is trying to codify DACA. So I don't think it's dead. I think eventually they will fix the situation. The problem is with how DACA was created, right? DACA was created by President Obama, not as a real law, but as a presidential order. Now, I know you think he's the president, but presidents don't make laws. That is how our system was set up when, they set it up as a country constitutionally. In our country, Congress, Senate, plus House of Representatives make laws. Presidents do not make laws. They act on laws. So hopefully they'll fix that situation. Beckman says, hello, Marina. He's out of status and has been in US 7.5 years. Is there any options to get a green card? I have no arrest record. Give us a call for a consultation. Phone numbers on the bottom of the screen and in my profile on TikTok. We can probably find some way for you to get a green card, but I cannot promise. So just let's talk and see what happens. Now, somebody's saying from New Jersey, my friend from New Jersey, question, ma'am. My friend has been here in the US for 5 years. She lost her green card, but can she apply for citizenship? Yes, if you have your green card status, but you lost your green card, you still can apply for citizenship. The green card doesn't define your status. You still have the status. So yes, you can apply, but you might have to replace the green card in the process. I would get replacement of the green card and apply for citizenship. You could do both. Somebody's saying, Ajay Kumar J is saying, I'm interested in a work permit visa. I'm working in Saudi Arabia. Again, people think that I can help them come here. If you don't have a relative, a friend, or a sponsorship company, that's not something I can do. But if you do have, we can do the paperwork. People are saying, good morning. Oh, so Lucky Singh is asking, what is the minimum time to get approval or denial and answer for VAWA? So right now, if you go to uscis.gov, this is where I'm going, and you go to processing times for VAWA, I'm just going to look it up because they change this every few weeks. You can look how long it takes to do VAWA on the average. Okay, so Vermont Service Center is the only one processing VAWAs. I click on get processing times, and I'm seeing that VAWA is taking, on the average, 80% of the time, 30 and a half months. That means your case will probably take about 3 years, approximately. Now, I've had clients approved in 9 months, in 8 months, in a year and a half, in under 2 years. So the minimum, you ask me, what is the minimum? The minimum would be 9 months. It's kind of rare. Most cases now are taking 30 and a half months, which is almost 3 years, okay? I am in New York. Our office is in New York, but we work with every city and state in the United States, and we win cases in Texas and California, in Kentucky, everywhere. And Fine Dine Eatery says, God bless you. She follows me on every platform, and she says that I'm here to help people, and God bless me. Thank you very, very much. God's Own on YouTube is asking, my sister filed for I-360 VAWA and I-485, I-131 and I-765 together, all together in one package in April 2022, April this year. She didn't get a notice on time, but got a date to go to capture, I guess for biometrics, in June 2022. Okay. That happens. Good morning, says Alera. Joseph is saying, I told you prior time on my show that this Amnesty is the one that's going to work. I agree with you, Joseph. I think this one will work. I agree with my friend Joseph here. I think Amnesty is going to work. Finally, this one, this new one. Okay, God's Own is finishing about his sister. However, she got back to the person that filed for her, telling them she never got a receipt, and he resent some documents, and now she has to do biometrics twice. You got to figure out which case they received and close the other case. That's all. You have to write them a letter asking to close the case that you never received the notices on. Don't worry about it. Christina says, good morning. How long does the I-212 waiver take? I can check for you. I'm right on the website. 212 waiver is taking about 13 and a half months. So it's like a year and 2 months. That's the answer. Okay. Yared Muhammad says, I'm a refugee in US. How long does it take to get a green card on the average? You can file for a green card after a whole year of having refugee status. And after a year, you file for a green card. That will take about 2 more years. So actually, from the time you came and became a refugee to the time you get a green card in your hand, about 3 years. About 3 years. Okay, now TikTok is good for now. Let's keep going. Your sister, God's Own, says she has now like 2 prima facie notices, 2 different biometrics. Close one of them, please. Write a letter closing one of those cases. You're good. Just close one case. Oh my God, and I have 50 people watching me. I'm so excited. On YouTube, 50 people are watching because on Fridays, I usually don't get as much. This is telling me I made the right decision to move this to Thursday because I think people are too tired by Friday. There's too much stuff going on. Imani says on YouTube, good morning, Marina. Have you heard that Congress is giving U.S. consulate the right of non-review even after USCIS and NVC have approved? This means the U.S. consulate can refuse to enter. Yes, they've always had that right. But now it's like official. Yeah, I heard that. Akif Virani says, any thoughts on immigration reform passing in lame duck session? I think it might pass. But, as usual, Akif, it takes a while to pass any laws through Congress first and then through Senate. Congress is huge. There's over 400 people working there every day. They have other things to work on, so it takes a while. Aziz says, can anyone who entered without inspection, then filed for VAWA because he was abused, can that person travel outside of U.S. with advanced parole without triggering the bars? Yes, you can. We have people that did that, and they're fine. If you have advanced parole, if you don't have any crimes or like terrorism problems, you can travel. Kursun Dadoshi says, Marina, we miss you. It's been a while. That's true, Kursun. It's been 2 weeks. I was on vacation last week in Florida. I have a second home in Florida, so I'm there a lot. And we work with Florida a lot. We have a lot of clients from Florida, actually. So I'm sorry I missed last week for people who watch me every week on YouTube. But I'm going to get better. I'm going to try to do this every single week. And now I'm also going to do it on YouTube and on TikTok at the same time. So Kursun is asking if there's any updates on VAWA from your clients. This time frame is 30.5 months. Is it accurate or sometimes faster? Kursun, sometimes it's faster. As I said earlier, sometimes it takes 9 months, a year and a half. We've had a few approved after a year and like 8 and 9 months. So that's pretty common, under 2 years. But also had some that are taking 30, 33 months, even 4 years. So it's hard to guess, Mar Torres says, good morning. Can my son be a derivative on my VAWA petition if they got married after he was 18, but he's not 21 yet? He can, but I suggest you don't include him, that you just file a separate petition for him. He can get his own VAWA through you by filing a separate VAWA petition. Your son should file a separate VAWA petition. It has a new index number, a new receipt number. He should include his story as a stepson being abused, and he should be fine. We win many of these cases. Greetings. How long does asylum green card take? Asylum can take 2-3 years. After that, you have to be in asylum status for a whole 1 year. After a whole year of being in asylum status, you file for a green card. That green card takes about 2 years. So this should tell you how long it's going to take you. Altogether, it might take 5 to 6 years to get a green card through asylum. Aziz says, can anybody who enters without inspection apply for VAWA after removal proceedings terminated? Yes, and if you can travel outside of advanced parole, if your removal proceedings were terminated and you have advanced parole in your hand, you can travel, but be very careful. You got to bring with you all of your paperwork. That VAWA petition is pending, approval for your advanced parole, and your court order that your removal proceedings were terminated. You got to have that in hand. Okay, Sam V says, my I-824 was expedited and approved a month back and received the approval notice. Thank God. But last Friday, the online status was changed back to expedited request received. What should I do now? Nothing. You have to wait for them to act on it. Kenya says, hi, what happens if a green card under VAWA is denied and I have another process pending, Visa U? You can reapply, you can appeal, and you can still keep going with your Visa U. UB says, how long does it take to get a green card after filing for a VAWA application? About 3 years. Okay. Mohammed Alabadi is asking, how long does it take to get approved for marriage green card after filing for I-751? I-751 is the petition to remove conditions when you had your 2-year green card and you filed for your 10-year green card. That's currently taking about 3 years. Let me double check because I haven't checked on it in a while. Okay, let's say Nebraska. Okay, Nebraska is taking about 18 months. If your I-751 is in California Service Center, it's taking 10 and a half months. California is quick. Texas is taking 13 months. So actually they've expedited it. It's really nice. And all the field offices, if your case goes for an interview, 32 months. So if they want to interview you, it's going to take longer, and it's going to take about 32 months, which is almost 3 years to get your I-751 approved. How long does the waiver I-601 take? I'm here, so I'm going to check your processing times right on their website. Okay, only Nebraska is handling these. I-601 waiver is taking 14 months. That's for people who have an admissibility, meaning they've been here unlawfully, or they have a crime or some moral problem. You can file for a waiver, and the government can forgive you for your problems. How long does the I-730 take to be approved? I-730 is the petition filed by somebody who wins asylum. You want asylum, but you file for your family. How long does that take? 11 and a half months. 11 and a half months. Hello. How long does the I-129 take? People are asking. That's the work petition. Okay, it's the last one I'm checking for processing times, because you guys can just go on uscis.gov, plug in your form, right? Let's say it's H2B or H2A. And the processing times for that is a few weeks, only a few weeks. Let's say L visa, 2 months. So it's pretty quick for I-129s. Okay, I'm almost done here with my show. Fine Eatery sad that she didn't file for the green card right away, and she's just made the wrong decision. It's not too late. File it now. Alpesh saying he applied for asylum renewal. Christine says, thank you, Miss Marina. Keep doing the great work. Thank you so much. Rita says, after T visa is approved, what comes with it? I know you cannot travel, but what else can you do? You can get a work permit and a social. Alpesh says he applied for asylum renewal in March. I didn't get anything yet. I check on the website every week. So how long does it take to renew asylum? Asylum does not need to be renewed. Maybe you mean your work permit you filed to be renewed. Abby Clown says, green card holder file for my wife. How long will it take? What does that mean? How can somebody file for your wife? I don't know what that means. Okay, on that note, let me answer one last question, and I'm done for today. Okay, B1, B2 tourist, married, green card holder, I-130 is approved and asked to mail for medical exam. Do you think they will approve the I-485? You know what? Who knows? They might. And mail the medical, see what happens. They might approve it. On that note, I'm going to end my show. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, God's Owen is asking, what's the time to reach me in my office? I'm in my office like some days because I work from home, but our office is always open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to like 6 p.m. You can call any day and schedule a consultation with me or any of our lawyers. We'll be happy to help you. Phone numbers on the bottom. I'm everywhere online. We have a website. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on YouTube, on Facebook. And I have lives almost every week. So you can always ask your questions here and next week. Bye, everyone. Have a great week and a great weekend.